Okay, let me just help you get started on some of the homework. So we'll just do 2 problems from the homework. So let's take a look at this first problem. Oh, look at all those numbers. First thing we want to do is see what our restricted values are. So let's look at all those denominator pieces. We've got 2x plus 4. We set that equal to 0. Oops, that's a little bit too far zoomed out, isn't it? If I wanted to solve that, I subtract 4. 2x equals negative 4. Divide by 2. X cannot equal negative 2. I also had x plus 4. So I set that equal to 0. Subtract 4. We get x cannot equal negative 4. So that's 2 of our restricted values. We still had another denominator, so we need to look at that. 2x minus 6, set that denominator equal to 0. Add 6. 2x equals 6. Divide by 2. X cannot equal 6 divided by 2 is 3. And really these are all cannot equal when they're restricted values. And our last denominator, x minus 1, we set equal to 0 and solve. So we get x equals 1, so that means the restricted value is that x cannot equal 1. So restricted values, again, are the ones that you cannot have for your x because they make the denominator 0. Okay, so how do we go about solving this? First thing we need to do is simplify the equation. And that means I need to factor. So I've got 2x plus 8. I can factor a 2 out of that, so I have 2 times x plus 4. Down here I can factor a 2 out and get 2 times x minus 3. And over on the left I have 2 multiplied by x plus 2. Okay, now our operation over here was multiplication. So if it's multiplication, I can extend that dividing line. And if there's anything the same in the numerator and the denominator, I can cancel it. So I've got x minus 3, x minus 3, x minus 1, x minus 1, x plus 4, x plus 4. I've got a 2 and a 2. I think we've got everything there, don't we? Okay, so let's rewrite this. I now have x plus 2 times x plus 1 over 2 times, oh, look, I missed one. Those x plus 2's cancel also. Well, great. We're in much better shape. So at this point, I have x plus 1 over 2 is equal to 7. So I put the 7 over the 1, because it's a whole number. And let's cross multiply. X plus 1 times 1 is x plus 1. 2 times 7 is 14. Subtract 1, and we get x equals 13. Does that equal any of our restricted values? So our restricted values were negative 2, negative 4, 3, and 1. We're good. That is a solution to our problem. Although it looked ugly, we were able to simplify it. Okay, so let's take one more problem. Let's take a look at number 2. And this time we're adding. So when we add, we must have a common denominator, which we do. Let's draw this line so you can stay. And I also need to check my restricted values. So x plus 5, we set that equal to 0. Solve for x. We get x is equal to negative 5. So that means our restricted value, x cannot equal negative 5. Any other number is fine. Okay, so we simplify our equation, and in this case we're adding, so we have to have a common denominator, and we do. So we go ahead and add the top. X plus x is 2x. 6 plus a negative 2 is a positive 4 over x plus 5, and that's equal to 4. And again, we put that over the whole number. So now we cross multiply. So top left times bottom right, bottom left times top right. 1 times 2x plus 4 is 2x plus 4. And over here we have 4 times x plus 5. So we need to distribute here. And I'm going to have to write it over here because I'm running out of room. So we have 2x plus 4 is equal to 4x plus 4 times 5 is 20. And now we need to solve. So let's get the x's together. So we have 4 is equal to 2x plus 20. Subtract 20. And I have negative 16 is equal to 2x. Divide by 2. And we get x is equal to negative 8. That's not my restricted value, so that is good. Okay, you guys can do this. Go ahead and start working on the homework and work on the word problems that you created last class, trying to solve those. So for next class, you will need to turn in practice solving rational equations, completely solved, 1 through 10, and take a stab at solving the word problems that you created. I do want you to turn those in this class, though. Not the solving, but just the word problems that you created, the equations.